everyone, Charlene Bauer, Ladies Off Our Network, and we are live at 5 on a Tuesday, and it feels like a long time since I've just sat here and done a live at 5 with y'all, and I apologize for that. But on the best news available for that piece is business is back, is what it feels like to me, and I hope you are feeling the same way. The chaos in my life is definitely heightening itself. Oh, that was a cat! That was a cat. Did you see that? We might have to go back and instigate that fast replay. Holy cow. So anyways, like I was saying, that's how fast things are going right now in my life. And I hope in its own right, it's going as chaosy in your world at the same time. Okay, that was unplanned and unexpected. Sorry. So tonight, we are going to talk about the challenge. That's my main priority. But as normal, we got a lot going on. So I want to run through a couple things really fast so that it doesn't fall off the list. Number one, in 2 weeks is our spring skills training camp. It's our only one of the years, the only one we could fit into the calendar. If you are not registered for it, get it done. We have some rad new ladies coming to join us. I'm so excited about that. So if you are not on the Spring Skills Camp list yet, if you're not chatting in our internal Skills Camp chat yet, you're missing out. So let's get you going. Let's get that taken care of. Let's make sure that we're on task with everything there. If you think that you are coming, are you coming? Let's just make sure that you have everything you need to be successful. Okay? Check. Next, Easter Jeep Safari Moab is coming in hot. I had an awesome meeting today about that with BF Goodrich Tires. We're going to do some cool things. We're going to do some cool things with them. We're going to do some cool things with Tread Lightly. If you are interested in doing the training ahead of Easter Jeep Safari, can you let me know? We are kind of in the flux right now. Like, if I got people that want to do it, great. If I got people that don't want to do it, I'm going to go do something else with some other people. And maybe if you're coming, you can do it too. So let me know if you're coming to Easter Jeep Safari. Let me know if you want to be part of the internal VIP stuff that I have going on. And then, of course, we are going to have our wide open conversation piece. Charlene saying, hey, this is when Ladies Off Our Network is getting together. That date is to be determined. I pretty much have it here, but it's to be determined, to be announced. How about that? I've pretty much determined it. We're going to announce that later. So watch for our entire week of Moab to roll out. But again, if you guys are coming, let me know. And then also today's been a really hectic day. We had a meeting with the Overland Expo group, and again, super excited about going to the Overland Expos this year. So if you are in the West, which happens to be Flagstaff, Pacific Northwest, Oregon, Mountain, which is Colorado, or East, which is Virginia, remember, we're going there. So you should make sure that you check your calendars if this is something new for you. Again, remember, ladies, we did all of our calendaring back in December. You knew what was coming up, and you need to go look at the calendar again if you have forgotten. It's time to start putting these things down and committing to them. So that's what's coming up super fast. And then, of course, locking the dates for September 11th to the 15th, plus the wing weekends if you want some additional certifications. And that is our 2023 Ladies Networks Convention, which will be in Moab. And we'll be getting that registration up. I want to say soon, but it's not going to be soon because we got a couple things we got to deal with on this edge first. But you have to put it in your calendar. You have to say, I'm going. Just because I don't have the registration up doesn't mean that the day I launch it, you don't say, yes, I'm going, right? Right. Okay, so there's all of that. But tonight is about the challenge, and I want to put some words to this. I haven't had the ability to, just because of like pure chaos and movement in the last 2 weeks, and I feel like I'm a little late to putting words for you that might be on the edge, but also maybe I'm right on time because you need to hear what's going on. So our Ladies Off-Road Challenge actually started as the Ladies Co-Driver Challenge 8 years ago. Yes, this is nothing new. If you're new to us, welcome, but we're not new. So 8 years ago, this started. If you go to our Facebook page, if you go to my personal Facebook page, you will see the story of the moment way before the moment, actually, where this thing kind of blossomed. And it starts with a great story and it continues from there. There's, of course, always more detail to the story that you're not going to hear in a one paragraph Facebook post, but you can see it from there. So the challenge started way back then. It was called the Ladies Co-Driver Challenge. You became a part of a group that then went through a series of I guess you would say cuts in its own way, just like getting onto a team. And then we had our top 10, and our top 10 ladies all had the opportunity to come to Arizona or California. We had them in both, and do a rad top 10 weekend. That was like the win, is this weekend. Then off of that, I would choose who had the skill set in order to join me at one of the events that we had coming up. We did that for 3 years, and then it was time and reality that we needed to change it up, because as with everything, Ladies Off-Road Network evolved. Therefore, the challenge also had to evolve. And with that evolvement, then came our first ever Ladies Challenge, Ladies Off-Road Challenge. We changed it from Co-Driver Challenge to Ladies Off-Road Challenge. And we put it into a learning system where you had 11 challenges to complete, and I think it was only like 2 months or something ridiculous. I'm like, okay, go girls, go, hustle it up. And you had these challenges that you had to do, and they're fun. A lot of them are similar to the challenges that we're going to do this year in the categorizing. So like welding, right? We're going to weld again this year, no different than we did the last 2 years. And I'm going to give you the tabs in order to weld. So if you've already done it a couple times, hey, you better be better at it, right? And if you haven't ever done it before, guess what? It doesn't matter. That's awesome. And then the project is what's going to be different. So there's a lot of things like that. Like we do bags every year, so you have to put some kind of a bag together, and the bags from the past are different styles, and now this year you're going to have a new style bag that you're going to put together. So it pushes you outside of maybe your comfort zone, like welding might push you outside your comfort zone, but it also gives you deadlines in order to try these cool things, of which, by the way, you don't need to know anything about. So everything comes with a lesson. Everything comes with being a part of a group that wants you to be successful. The challenge portion of it is if you want to take it on. So should we start there? Basically what you have is you have 10 challenges and 9 scavenger hunts. The 10th challenge is different. So you have 10 challenges and you have 9 scavenger hunt lists in order to complete the entire challenge. You have from March 6th, we're going to start slow rolling it out. So it's going to take us about a week and a half, 10 to 12 days to slow roll the challenge out to you. I am not going to drop kick this entire thing open on the first day. Note to self. And it would overwhelm me, therefore it will overwhelm you. Like, no, I want you to stick around. I want you to have fun. I don't want you to like start rocking in the corner and say, oh my God, what was I thinking, right? So no, so we're going to roll them out day by day, and we'll start it very kindly on the first day, making sure that everybody's in the chat and everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing, and everybody's saying hi, right? And then throughout it, every day we will roll out a new challenge. I'll talk specifically on the challenge. So you will also have verbiage, not just writing, to each one of the challenges and the scavenger hunt lists, so that you can be a part of it and understand what's going on. You will have until August 31st to complete them all. And complete them all means do the best you can. So we'll get into the complete them all moment in a second. But sincerely, it's like do the best you can up until August 31st. So you truly have, honestly, 5.5 months, if we're really doing the logic, I'll be fair, for you to get all of this work done. Now, my procrastinators, I'm one of them, my procrastinators, I know how you work. Therefore, we must give you deadlines. And so every month you must turn in at least one challenge. Now that starts not in March, that starts in April. So by April 30th, you have 6 weeks to complete your first challenge. Fair enough? And then it goes the next month and the next month and the next month. So that's really only 4 months, but you got to get all 10 in. I do suggest, and I will I'll show you when we launch this out next week. I give you the strategy of how to do it. Like, I wrote it down, how to be successful. Here's your strategy. Yes, you're welcome. And the people that are really trying to compete are really mad right now that I just did that. So it depends on what side of the fence you're on, if you're happy or not happy that I did that. But you have a strategy. Here's a couple easy ones. Get them off your plate. You know, here's a couple harder ones. Knock them down. Like, here's these three. These three, you just need to work at them until August 31st. Like, 30th. Not August 31st. If all you all start sending us stuff on August 31st, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to lose all my help. So don't do that. August 30th, right? Yeah, anyways, you get the point. So that's going to happen. There's also a couple of them where they're very segmented. The challenges are very like project based. And so I'm giving you the opportunity as you complete that project, that piece, to send it in, because I think that that's really cool too, and that gives us all the opportunity to like take advantage of that information as you get it done, which will make sense when we go through each one of them. So don't stress out right now. I'm just talking and I'm telling you how excited I am about it. All right, points wise, there's a lot of points involved this year. Like last year, on the years before, I'm like, okay, you get 1 point, 1 point, 1 point. They're all worth 10 points, and like our top winner was 120 points. I don't know. This year, it's like 20,000 points or something like that. It's pretty ridiculous because I just like came up with huge numbers, threw some zeros in there and went for it. But they are points related, and we want you to do as best you can to be able to get your project in the right way, and with helping you make sure that you learned, seeing that you learned, and pushing you to learn along the way. Like, the submission process is saying, hey, I learned it, right? That's the project. So past the deadlines, you got to get those points in. For every point, here's how we're going to play the points game. So every 10 points, you get one entry into the drawing at the end of the event. So at the end, which is going to be the convention, we'll have a convention set time for our challenge drawing and our challenge celebration. Anybody that participated, for every 10 points, your name will be in the hat, and we will have some cool things to give away. So even if life gets in the way, and this is something that I really want to say, because they're like, oh, I don't have time for this. Yes, you do. You have time to at least try. You have time for yourself. You have time to at least try. You have time to at least accomplish, 3, 4 challenges maybe. Do it. Pick the ones you want to do. Don't worry about the rest. I don't really care how you want to knock it down. But for every 10 points, you get entered into the drawing. So why would you not at least try? Why would you not at least learn something? Have access to the information. So that's the first level, right? Like, do it. Do it. Be awesome. Okay, the second level is the top 20%. So I say top 20%, not top 20, top 20%. And those people, the top 20%, will go into a drawing for cooler, bigger, badasser things, because, well, top 20%, like, you guys were hustling. Legit. You guys were hustling. You were really trying. You were really trying to knock it down. You're really trying to make it happen. And I appreciate that. And so we want to reward you and, pull you into another drawing and do some more things just for that group. Work the odds out just a little bit. Work the odds out. Then I have my top 5, and my top 5 in points. This is where the punching bags come out, ladies. Like, this is where those gloves are like, I'm in. I'm going to be in the top 5. Oh, and it's rough. And sometimes we got to check with our little, competitive spirits about what is important. But if you were in the top 5, the way I wrote it is the top 5 will receive a special gift from Charlene. Has anybody received a special gift from Charlene? Yeah. Work to be in the top 5. That's all I'm going to say, friends. That's all I'm going to say. Okay? That's all you get. And in my mind, you won't even know what that is until we're standing on the stage at the convention and this big screen rolls down. Kind of like The Price is Right. I don't know. I'm just making this stuff up at this point. But anyways, you get the points. Like, it's going to be rad. So, do you want to strive to be the top 5? That's your personal self. That's your personal game. That's you. That's your attitude. That's your structure. That's your timeline. That's a lot of things, right? That's on you. You want to just complete 3 or 4 challenges, get points in, learn things, don't care about all that competition nonsense. That's rad. You are exactly a part of it at the exact same time. Okay, so truly there is nothing here where you should not be helping each other. You cannot win almost without not helping each other. There's nothing that somebody can't do and somebody can do just because this person did this and this person did this. Like, there's no strategy in it in that way. It just purely comes down to following directions. That's one. Following directions and time, energy, effort, and want. Okay, so I'm just gonna put it out there like that. Like, this competition side, that's you. I support you. and the rest of you, I'm with you. Let's get the education done. Okay, everybody in this, in it. And I don't even want to say you in it to win it, because I know there's some people that want to, but at the same time, you're in it to make sure that it's happening. Good? Yes. You're in it, right? You understand why the challenge is the challenge. Like, we call it a challenge, but it is so much more. So much more. All right. So the challenge has scavenger hunt items attached to it this year. There are 9 challenges that have scavenger hunt items. There are 15 scavenger hunt items per list. It was way more fun. I'm like, can we just like knock out these challenges and just do the scavenger hunt thing? Which, by the way, the Ladies Camping Network will have only a scavenger hunt that will launch off in a couple months. So yeah, they're super fun. There's 15 per deal. There's some things, I'll tell you, at one point you have to point at the positive terminal on your battery, right? At one point you have to, well, you guys all know that you have to paint rocks. So you have to take a picture of you painting rocks. Like, it's some of the stuff that comes through the challenge that you're going to end up pushing out in the scavenger hunt. So are you really seeking things out? Like, yes, I do ask you to take a picture of you and hopefully your vehicle with a wild animal, aka an animal in the nature, aka not at a zoo, or your cat. That's a different picture. But I also star that one and said, please be careful about what you're doing and how you're putting yourself in. Like, you don't really need to do it with a bear. I mean, that would be rad. That would be really cool. I'm totally in for that. But just like, be intelligent. But I didn't tell you what animal, right? So it's a lot of fun. I hope you guys have a lot of fun with it. I had a ton of fun putting it together. And yeah, and the points is going to help us. The points spread's going to help us. There's going to be a couple extra questions. Like, you got 10 points. I don't really remember because it's not in front of me, but you have 10 points, let's say, for you taking a picture with your wild animal. And part of that is, what is the animal? So there's 8 points for the picture and 2 points for the what is the animal thing, right? Like, it should be entertaining. So that's going to help us with our point spread a little bit. I don't want to get, we potentially could get to the end and the top 5 will be 3 points apart, but that's what's always happened in the past. And I wanted to spread those points out a little bit to help us out with it not being so aggressive, ladies. I love it. I love it. So here are the 10 challenges, and I'll tell you maybe a little bit about them, and maybe I'm just going to say, nope, not talking about it. So the first one is adventure. That challenge, you're going to be asked to go on some adventures. You're going to have like different things that you have to, different themes for your adventures. Let's put it that way. Different themes for your adventures. It's very easy. An adventure is defined as a dirt road. Okay, I'm not making it super dramatic. I'm not saying you have to put in 5.2 miles on a dirt road. I'm saying you have to go on an adventure, which includes a dirt road, because we are off-road people. Fair? And again, we all have different vehicles, and we all have different styles, and we all have different things, so that's all that matters. The second one is mapping. We have some mapping things that we're going to do, and it has a lot to do with our rock drops. So yes, you're going to learn how to paint rocks. This is our arts and crafts project of this year, is the painting of rocks. You're welcome. And then I'm going to show you, we're going to put it together and how we're going to go out and drop rocks. So adventure and the mapping one this year is very combined. You're probably going to be doing these at the same time. These are two of the three that I said that you can piecemeal in, but you will want to use all your time to get them done until August 31st. So that is one of them. You'll do the rock drops, but it has a lot to do with mapping. You're going to learn about mapping while we're playing the game. Challenge number 3 is your story and pictures. And I saw that Kelly's already taking the lowest bidder for writing her story, which is so funny. So you have to write a story. I know some people like this is the easiest one, and some people hate me forever because of this little scene right here. And it could be the hardest one for you, but your story, and we'll talk about it when we come into the release phase of it. But you have an amazing story. You have an amazing story. And it does not matter if your story started last week or if your story started 50 years ago. It does not matter when it started. Your story is point on. If it started last week, tell us about your vehicle. Tell us what's going on. Like, that's so cool. If it started 50 years ago, well, you got a lot of catching up to do, right? If you wrote your story last year, oh gosh, Wendy. Oh God, I have to do it again, huh? If you wrote your story last year, then you're already caught up on the past. And what did your story have to do this year? And Wendy, you of all people right now, girl, you have got a story to write from this last year. Then the pictures, there's 10 pictures, and part of your scavenger hunt of the pictures, and this one is kind of fun. And I'm going to tell you right now, because I want you to start playing ish. This will give you something to do ahead of time. So you got to find a picture of your first ever off-road vehicle. And don't worry, if you don't have it, I have bypasses, but I'm not going to get into detail right now. So picture of your first ever off-road vehicle and a picture of you on your first ever off-road trip. So if you have to go to your parents' house, like I had to scan those pictures in, book a trip. It's totally worth it. It's totally worth it. Oh my God, it was so fun going through all of my scrapbooks. Yeah, so there's that, right? And then there's also a scavenger hunt for a picture of you with the sunflower with your vehicle and the sunflower scene. So, yep, I know. Isn't this going to be fun? Okay, challenge number 4, off-road shopping. That's the theme, off-road shopping. Yeah, we gotta go shopping. That's what we do. But really, I'm going to ask you to shop for a couple things in specific. So when the time comes, again, when I roll this out next week, we'll talk about what that means, how to do it, what options you have, what opportunities you have. And again, I'm here to help you. Like, I'm here to say, okay, here, let's break this down, just like a research project on how do we want to make it work? How do we want to make it work, right? Scavenger hunt items make you go shopping. Yay! I mean, hello, right? Challenge number 5, up to number 5, welding. Okay, this is the one where you're either panicked or you're like, smooth move, I got this. If you're panicked, I get you. We will take care of it. It'll be fine. Lots of worse things can happen. If you're like, smooth move, you're the one that's going to help me help the ladies that are their first time and going, oh my God, I can't weld, or I don't even know where to start, or I don't know what to do. That is okay. That's totally okay. So the welding piece, I will give you tabs. We're not shipping right away. We'll be shipping in a couple weeks. So I'll be sending you tabs, and so that you have the opportunity to try that weld. And then you'll have a project, which I'm not going to tell you the theme of the project yet. all of you will be Pinteresting for a little bit to see what your project is going to be, but it's going to be so cool. I can't wait. I can't wait to have you bring them all to the convention and line them up. Like, that's almost my favorite part of the convention, is seeing everybody's welding projects in person that we saw in the pictures. Anyways, you'll have that. So a lot of let me overcome, because right now we have some ladies watching that are like on the fence, do I want to do this? So let's overcome the challenges. You don't have a welder. I get it. I get it. We don't have one here right now either, right? So what we need to do is, within our chat group, is you work with the people that are local to you, and those people will help you if they have a welder. Like, okay, let's get a welding group together. It happens a lot here. It happens in the different zones. The Colorado group one year, they all spent a whole weekend together camping just so that they could go to Kathy's house and weld. Like, it was so rad. That brings my heart together, okay? Don't worry about that. That's the first level. The second level is maybe, or second level, these are actually a tie, is maybe you have a friend that has a welder, or has a welding shop, or has, one in his garage, and they're super, guys want to help us learn, ladies, they really do. And so they're willing to have you come and hang out and do the project with you. Awesome, right? Like, that's a rad opportunity. And then there's the ladies that are like, okay, Charlene, I'm not around anybody. Nobody around me has a welder, and I don't have any friends that have welders. This is when you talk to me directly, and I will help get you somewhere. So I will pull my friend group together. We've done it 3 or 4 times. It's totally worked out, where I've pulled my friend group together in a specific area and said, hey, listen, I have somebody that needs to weld. Would you mind spending the afternoon with them? And the answer is always yes. Like, I have 2 or 3 people that will say, I'm in. I'll help them out. So yes, does it feel awkward to you walking into a shop that you don't know, or the people that you don't know? I get it, but they are there at 100% to give to you, and that's cool. So take cookies. That's what I always say. Just take cookies. Yeah. Or beer. One of the two. All right. So that's welding. Vehicle prep. This is, what do you do before you go on the trail? Back to basics. I have a lot of people that wanted this, and so I'm going to put this into a challenge scenario of, what do you do before you go out on a trail every time? What are the checkpoints? What needs to happen? So this is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be your checklist. It's going to be your checklist forever-ish. You're going to create your own checklist to some degree as well. So, but I'm like, let's put it into the challenge. Everybody wants it? No problem. We can handle it. Our next one is a bag. And I talked about the bags already. We always build a bag every year. I'm sorry, we're bypassing this one. If I tell you what the topic of the bag is, that just blows the whole thing. So, just know, most of you already have something, but most of you always ask me how to make it better. All right, number 8. Oh, number 8, I can't really tell you either. Number 8 is about being out on the trail. So it's going to be a trail moment. That's when the pictures are going to come from. It has something to do with driving. Okay? Good enough? Again, something that you guys have been asking for a lot, and I'm like, let's put it into the challenge. Let's do the lesson through the challenge, and let's make it work that way. Yeah. See, as we get to the end ones, they're like the abnormal ones that are super fun. Number 9. Another one. This is like this is a really cool one. Okay, I'll tell you what this one is. The theme is power up. I'm not going to tell you what that means, but I already told you at one point I was going to have you point to the positive terminal on the battery. So it's all about power in your vehicle, and digging through power and digging through how to make things work. Like, so many people nowadays, I mean, don't you want to take your blender? Right? So many people nowadays want all these things, refrigerators, etc., 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 all these accessories. And it's like, oh my gosh, you're overwhelming your vehicle, you're overwhelming your battery. So this is one of those things where you're going to power up. We're going to deep dive into what that all means and how to make it better for you. So again, a huge lesson, but we're turning it into a challenge at the same time, which is fun. Okay, and then challenge number 10. Challenge 10 is keep our trails open. So this is our land use challenge. This is the one where I really encourage you guys all to get involved. This one's different. Remember, we have 9 challenges that have 9 scavenger hunts. So those are the first 9. Challenge 10 is different. Challenge 10 has 10 individual projects for you to complete. Some of them are big. Some of them are not some of them. A couple of them are big, and most all of them are pretty small, but they're all things that you can do, should do, just need to take a little bit of time. Like, there's some things online that you can accomplish, there's some things in person, there's some things that you do naturally that you don't even realize you're doing. I just need you to talk about that you're doing it. Yeah, so that's challenge number 10. So that is the layout of the 10 challenges. Now, I saw somebody ask, and I'm sorry, it was the comments are going super fast. So if anybody has any questions, re-pop them right now, because I was looking at my notes and deciding what I can tell you and can't tell you. So one of the questions was, do we have to do these in order? And the answer is absolutely not. You're going to have all of these challenges by the time that they all roll out here in the next week or two. With that being said, there is a strategy. I feel there's a strategy for you to do them. So if you decide that, remember, you have to have one done by April 30th, May 30th, right? You got every month, you have to have one in by the end of the month, or you're going to lose points. You're not going to lose the opportunity to do all the challenges, but you are losing points, and a lot. Like, it's going to ding you pretty hard. So you definitely want to hit those monthly deadlines and get at least one in. So there's some easy ones, right? Quote unquote. And that will go into the strategy once you hear me outline them. Maybe the story is one that you just want to knock down and get it gone, right? You have all these other things. Your adventures are kind of set in. Once you understand the adventure themes, that will be really important for you to understand what your calendar looks like. That will help you understand your rock drops. That will help you understand your mapping. Potentially, that's going to help you with your number 10 and your land use scene. CY 1, 2, and 10 are those ones where you can push things back to us in the submission phase as soon as you finish them. Like, as soon as you get a adventure done, you're going to have a rock drop done, and more than likely you're going to have a project done off of number 10. Get those off of your list and get them over onto our side. I don't want you to have to wait until August 31st and then go, oh, well, back in April, I took this trail ride and I totally forgot what I did in April. Like, take the time, submit it, get it done, get it over with. I probably shouldn't have done that to my hair. Now it looks all, yeah. All right. Anyways. Yeah, does that make sense? Okay, I don't see any other questions. How are we doing? So hopefully that answered them. There's no order. You don't have to put any order into it. There's no specific deadline. You can pick which one you want at what time. I put a strategy together. You can decide if you want to use that strategy or just say, I got this, Charlene. I'll be fine, right? Yeah, what questions do you have? All right, Cheryl, you'll just have to come back and watch the whole thing because you want to watch this whole thing from start to finish. It'll give you some great insights. The process that we're in at this exact moment is helping your friends get into the challenge, right? So try. If you have friends that are near you that you want them to join you, that might be somebody fun in order to work with, have them join the challenge. Like, that's going to be the first thing. That's what we really want to happen right now. I'm giving a 40-point bonus. It really wasn't in my plans, but I do want to encourage people to start on time. Okay? Like, it's going to help me and it's going to help you, and it's really going to help you. I mean them, but really me. And That way we like all go down this first road together. The second that people start joining after the first day, they feel behind, even though they're not behind. They feel behind, and so it's just a thought process. But and then we got to get them caught up, especially during those first couple weeks, because it's a little crazy in there with all the launches and the releases. Your friends, because of course you're already signed up, right? So your friends or anybody that you talk to that sees what kind of cool things you're doing can join at any time. I don't care when they join. So unlike years in the past where I've shut it down, said, okay, you have until March 6th. If you don't get in by March 6th, Charlene usually gave you to March 7th, but no, really, March 6th. You can enter all the way up until August 1st for all I care, August 15th. I don't really care when you enter. You can do it all the way up to the end. You just have less time to complete everything and to participate in the challenge portion. So one of the things that I'll say is if you have a friend, you're talking to them in a month or something, you guys go out on a trail ride, they're like, why are you taking all these random pictures? You're like, oh my God, I'm doing this coolest thing. It's the challenge. You can join. You should join. You should help. We still have these welding projects. We still have all this stuff to do. You should join us. Sweet. So they join you. Let's say it's the beginning of April. Okay. You have a challenge due April 30th. If they join at the beginning of April, they won't have a challenge due until the very next month. Fair enough? Like, I don't want it to be like, oh, you joined in April. Yeah, in 2 weeks you have to have your first challenge done. Like, shoot them in the head, why don't we? Let's be kind and encourage them to be successful. So that's how that's going to go. It's written out well in the how-to area of this whole thing. At least I think it's written out well. It's written in Charlene words, so good luck with all of them. Yeah, by the way, anytime that you're reading something and you don't understand what it says, just come back to Alive at 5, pick up my tone, pick up my personality, and then reread it, and it'll absolutely make sense. And there better be some laughy faces that fly on that one, because everybody knows it's true. Like, I write how I talk. So if you're not reading the dots and the smiley faces and the exclamation points the way that I do right here, right now, I don't know what y'all are doing, because you should be reading those smiley faces and dots and exclamation points. Right? Like, you can tell that it's me when you're reading the writing. Anyways, back to your friends. So your friends can join at any time. They just have less time to complete them all. So potentially they can be right up in the top 20% and no time flat. They just have to put a little more effort in time-wise. Like, who cares? Some people might just be those people that don't want 6 months because they are procrastinators and they can nail it down in 2 months and kill it. Good on them. Like, that's rad, right? So everybody's different. Everybody's different. You're different. You're different than I am. Cheryl definitely writes different than I do. She loves when she gets to edit my writing. Comma, comma, comma. So, anyways. Yeah, Jay says, I hear your voice and tone when reading your emails and posts at this point. Exactly. I love it. So I hope that answers a lot of your questions. Hopefully take some of that fear away of challenge. Like, challenge sounds so dramatic and such a big word. It is dramatic. There's a lot at stake if you want to be one of the top 5, meaning there's some rad things to do. And Charlene's gifts they're not bad. They're not bad. I'm working for you, girls. I'm working for you. I did put in there too, I'll add one more thing. Here is the worst part about participating in the challenge. This is the worst part about the entire challenge. You may just be inclined to want to buy things. Right? Like that shopping zone. There's a couple other shopping spots where you'd be like, oh my God, I want this and I want this and I want this and I want this. Do me a favor, before you buy anything, and it says this in the shopping list one, before you buy anything, at least let me know what you're up to before you buy, and let's make sure that if we already don't have a public partner, we may be working something in the background right now. There's a lot going on with the convention coming up, And so we may have somebody in the background that can help you out with the Ladies Off-Road Network partner program. Or worst case scenario, even if it's something that you're purchasing on Amazon, we do have our Ladies Off-Road Network Amazon affiliate code. So I'd sincerely appreciate the opportunity to give you the link to where just the percentage, there's a percentage that comes back into us while you're purchasing. If you want to purchase and you're a middle of the night shopper and you want it tomorrow, don't send me the link. Go for it. But if you have a day or something and I can get you the link back, that would be pretty cool. That would be very thankful. We do have a store, and as you guys want links, the links populate the store, so you may also see stuff in there that will work as well. All right. Yeah. So Cheryl's question, do we have recovery gear vendor codes? Well, the answer is maybe, because there are multiple companies that have recovery gear. So one of your jobs is to decipher, what do you actually want? So that's a very broad question, and we're going to go like this during the challenge. So very exciting times. I know. Okay, so how are we feeling about this? Are we feeling better? Say yes, can't wait for the challenge, or I'm already in, or I'm just like waiting, or I'm talking to a friend right now. You know, can you think of a couple friends that maybe might want to do it? We've been pushing it out into social media as much as I can. We've been using some of the sunflower pictures from the last couple years. I got one more fun video to push out this week to help people get ready for Monday. So the next part, just because many of you are in it and you can help me communicate this, is next week on Monday, we start the challenge. And Monday, I'm not sure who aligned my travel schedule, aka me, but Monday is going to be a travel day for me. So, and then all of next week is travel days, like whatever. Whoever thought this was a good plan for me to start the challenge on the 6th, well, that was me also. So I can only kick myself for this whole scene. But Monday, we're going to make sure we're all through the 6th, people can sign up. Okay, I said that you have to sign up on the 6th, so 6th all day long. But we're also going to be making sure that everybody is getting into our network system, and that everybody is in the folder, and everybody is starting to chat. All right, so that's Monday. So there'll be a lot of engagement on Monday. Tuesday, we'll open up the first part of the challenge, which is like the how-to, or here's the introduction. And then we have a how-to section, because we wrote some how-tos, like how to use the system, how to screenshot, how to put pictures in folders, a couple things like that that are going to be super useful for you as you're playing this, because also you're not just going to focus on one challenge at one time. Like, I think there's going to be some of this going down, so helping you get your, what was the word I used? Clerical, some of your clerical skills together on your phone, right? So you can be successful like that. And then I want to every day release one of the challenges and talk about it. Now, those talks will be on our network only within our challenge group. So nobody else will hear those talks. They will not be on Facebook Live. They'll not be in home base. They will only be in our scavenger hunt, or in our challenge. So if you are in the challenge, you will get the notification that I went live. I may or may not be able to set a schedule for when that actually happens. I think I'm going to have to like find time. I'll try not to make it in the middle of the night, but welcome to Charlene's life for the next couple weeks. And so you will be able to go back and watch those, but I will release a challenge a day. I would love it if you guys are live, because it's way more fun when you're live like this. So I will try and set a schedule to the best I can, but not guaranteeing it. So again, we're using our network now. Like our 4 o'clock calls are going to start going through there as well on the home base side. But our calls that are going to be specifically for the challenge will be within that challenge folder, and you will get notified as long as you're a part of it. You got an email when you signed up for the challenge that says, hey, Yay! Come introduce yourself. Here's the link into the network. Here's the link in order to talk to the other people that are part of the challenge. So if you don't know what I'm talking about right now, you signed up, but you're like, wait, I'm part of what? I need to be a part of what? Go find the link. It's the only way you can find it. You cannot find it in the little sidebars areas like some of the other ones. I have it hidden. You got to be super cool and get the email. If you are brand new to Ladies Off-Road Network, or you're working with somebody, one of your friends that's brand new to Ladies Off-Road Network, when they get that email, you'll see they have to click here in order to get into the challenge folder. And then they also have the opportunity to click here for the home base and click here for maximize your experience. So make sure that they're doing all three so that they see all the cool stuff that we're doing in home base. They're not going to see the Ladies Off-Road Network side until they become a member, but they will see the home base side, and that's me putting in the general, hey, this is what's coming up stuff, and our 4 o'clock calls will be in home base, and like a lot of other things will start coming through there as well, the generic general stuff. Am I helping you guys? Are you helping like sort this out? And you're going to help me help other people sort this out, right? Gotta love change. This is all about growth. Yeah, shoulders back. All right. Quick stretch. I still haven't seen any more questions. I think I've answered them all as they went by. So on that note, then, we're good? Throw some hearts? Yes, yes. We're good, we're good, we're good. I thought there was, oh no, I answered the question. Okay. All right. All right. So if you missed the beginning of this call, you need to go back and watch it. Okay? If you missed the beginning of the call, this is one of the times I'm asking you, begging you, go back and watch the beginning. There's a lot at the front end of this, and there is a lot at the end of this. So this is the one I'm going to drop this as soon as I can and get it up online so that people have the opportunity to watch this. Even if they're not on Facebook, I do realize not a lot of people are on Facebook, right? So we'll be dropping it onto YouTube, and then you can help your friends. It'll be on the website, ladiesoffroadchallenge.com. ladiesoffroadchallenge.com. And yeah, and we can do that. All right? Sound good? There was no 4 o'clock call tonight. Yeah, I lost track of, I'm sorry I didn't tell you about that. Instead, I went to a high school volleyball game, and that was highly entertaining. The most entertaining part about it, we were walking in the parking lot and going through to the gym, and we walk around this car, and there was a girl with her bicycle, and the dad was right there. And the girl said to her dad, she's like, yeah, my tire was falling off. That's why I called you to come pick me up. She's like, but since while you were on your way, I was able to fix it. And I wanted to turn around and like fist bump that girl so hard. I'm like, boom. I looked over at Wes with a smile, and he looked at me and he smiled, and I'm like, and that's what I like to hear. So on that note, that's where we're at. That's what we got going on. I know. Isn't it rad? It's totally badass. Ladies, we got this. You are badass too. I cannot wait to add to your thought process in this next coming time. We're all going to work at this together. I have some lessons that I'm going to be building throughout the time that we're together. I see some things where I can add, like, oh man, I wish I had this all written up already, because it'd be really fun. So there'll be some things where I'm going to be writing some stuff over the next couple months, and I'll be saying, all right, I just added a new how-to on this one, or a new product scope on this set of products. So we have a lot of ramping that we're going to do along the challenge, and I think you're going to have a lot of fun. I'm going to have a lot of fun. Oh, I do remember the question that was asked is, what if you cannot come to the challenge? Sorry, or the convention. Sorry, Caitlin. I saw it, and I'm like, there was a question. What if you can't come to the convention? So if you can't come to the convention, one, our hearts are broken because we're going to miss seeing you. But I also understand it, right? Like, things happen and life happens, and we can only do so many things in so many time. You are not ex-nayed from the drawing because you're not at the convention. Okay, so it will be streamed live. It will be streamed on Facebook. So you will still be able to hear, still be able to see, still be able to be a part. but we really would love for you to be there. So yes, that's the scene with the convention. Don't not do the challenge because you can't come to the convention. It's also like one of the things that happened when we were doing our top 10 weekends. Like people would be like, oh, well, I don't have that date available, so I'm just not going to do the challenge. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? So you're not going to learn for the next 8 weeks about all kinds of things that you've wanted to learn and you want to know about because you can't hit these 3-5 days trip that is for the top 5 people. No, friends, no, this is about learning and we like to have a lot of fun with it and we're not competitive at all. Therefore, we got a point system. All right, really, this is the 3rd time. That was the question I was missing. My brain worked just in time. I'm so glad it worked before I hit the off button. And ready, set, go? Okay. Ready, set, go. Caitlin, I know you can do it. She's like, I just have to convince 5 other people to change the dates of their trip. Like, you can do it. All right, ladies, I appreciate you all so much. Thank you. You have no idea what we're doing in the background here for you all, and it is like on the gas. Yes, let's keep it going. All right, have a great day, and we'll see you online on Monday. Monday-ish. We probably won't have an online meeting on Monday. We'll see you on Tuesday. All right? All right. You'll get an email from me. Talk soon. Bye.